I want return home, even if I have to sleep on rubble of my house, said Yousef Hammash, an aid worker with Norwegian Refugee Council, who fled southern Gaza from ruins of urban refugee camp in Jabaliya. But I don't see a future for my children here. The Israeli armies use powerful explosives in cramped residential areas which Israel describes as the inevitable consequence of Hamas using civilian areas as protection for its operations has led to the deaths more than 13,000 Palestinians and staggering destruction. Hamas denies the claim and accuses Israel of recklessly killing civilians. When left, I couldn't tell which street or intersection was passing through, said Mahmoud Jamal, a 31-year-old taxi driver who fled his northern hometown of Beit Hanoun this month. Emily Tripp, director of London-based conflict monitor Airwars, said Israel's ardment had become one of the most intense airstrikes since the Second World War. In 7 weeks since Hamas' unprecedented offensive on October 7, Israel has released more munitions than United States has in any other year of its campaign against Islamic State group. The UN describes this as deadliest urban attack since World War II. In grainy thermal of Israeli airstrikes targeting Hamas tunnels, fireballs destroy everything in sight. Videos produced by Hamas military wing show fighters marching through smoke-filled streets carrying grenades. Reinforced bulldozers cleared land for Israeli tanks. The north of Gaza has turned into a huge ghost city, said Mkhaimer Abusada, a political scientist at Al-Azhar University in Gaza who fled to Egypt last week. People have nothing to come back to. About half the buildings in northern Gaza were damaged or destroyed, according to an analysis Copernicus Sentinel-1 satellite data by Scher, the CUNY graduate center and Jamon van den Hoek, Oregon State University, with the UN estimating that 1.7 million people have become newly homeless. Many wonder whether Gaza will ever recover. You're going to have displaced people living in tents for long periods of time, said Raphael Cohen, a senior political scientist at the RAND Corporation, a research group. According to the World Health Organization, the war has left 27 of Gaza's 35 hospitals out of service. The destruction of other critical infrastructure will have consequences for years to come. Ovens and grain mills, agricultural, water and sanitation facilities were destroyed, said Scott Paul, senior humanitarian policy advisor for Oxfam America. You need more than 4 walls and a ceiling for a place to be livable. And in many cases people don't even have that. According to the UN, more than 41,000 houses in the entire region are destroyed beyond habitability. All I left at home were bodies and rubble, said Muhammad al-Hadad, a 28-year-old party planner who fled the Shati refugee camp on the Gaza City coastline. Satellite data analysis shows that Shati suffered nearly 14,000 battle damage.